All right, guys, before we get to all the games that we have to cover here, why don't we let the folks in on a little secret and really tell them what we talk about whenever we're together?
Oh, you mean Coe College.
That wasn't rehearsed at all, was it?
No.
No.
Yeah, I'm a huge Kohawk fan. Go Coe.
Me too, JJ.
Yeah.
You know what? Coe has produced some legendary coaches like Bill Fitch, who won an NBA championship with the Boston Celtics, Howie's favorite team growing up. And they've had many great athletes such as Kerry Bender and the guy you played against, Michael, Fred Jackson.
Fred Jackson with the Coe? Really? Oh, I didn't realize that. I only know Coe because of its Hall of Fame caliber academics.
I think a lot of those academic skills were honed in buildings like Hickok Hall, though let's be honest. It may be time to make a move to upgrade that building a little bit, Curt.
Honestly, Howie, both Hickok Hall and Eby Fieldhouse, well, they need a little refurbishing. You know what, folks? I remember the late nights I used to sneak into Hickok just to study for my law finals. I don't know what's so funny about that. I mean, it really, to me, is a special building back then, but now...
You know, but don't worry, guys. I mean, I think both buildings can indeed be saved. That's why we're going to let someone take over who can talk firsthand about Coe's past, present, and exciting future. Another Kohawk legend and member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Coach Marv Levy.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, boy. Knock, knock. Who's there? Avocado. Avocado who? Avocado go back to Coe again. And that's why I'm here and why so many of you are here. And what a wonderful time it is to come back. Why do I love it? Through a long coaching career, 47 years of coaching and a lot more years in life, such an important part of my life has been Coe College because of what it meant, not just out on the athletic field, but what it meant from an academic standpoint as well, mind and body, how important that was. You know, when I first got out of service after World War II, I was recruited to play football at the University of Wyoming, and I did go there. One semester, because I loved football, but that's all you had time to do. There wasn't the academics. A friend of mine, Dudley Simpson, who played here at Coe College, Marv, come here. You'll love it. Am I ever indebted? What an experience. What an experience. You always hear the term student athlete, and that's what this college epitomizes, and what college football should epitomize. I'm coming back now for my 65th class reunion. If in my senior year we would have had a 65th class reunion, the class of 1885 would have been there. Yeah, that's right. But I'm also back because I had the great privilege, played here for some great coaches. Harris Lamb, Dick Clawson. And I was an assistant to Dick Clawson. And just 5 years after I graduated, the 1955 undefeated Kohawks. And a lot of them are back today. And boy, is it great to see them and to remember so much. Yeah, I know a pep rally is about to take place outside. I was never much into pep talks. What you do speaks so much louder than what you say. How you prepare. You know, I often was asked, do your players have the will to win? And my response was, do they have the will to prepare? Because if you lack the will to prepare, you don't really have the will to win, no matter what you're saying about it. And the same goes for your academics. Do you have the will to prepare, to study? Do you have a thirst for it? How important that is. How important that is. Yeah, I was so fortunate to be able to coach for 47 years, to be able to say before the kickoff of every game I ever coached to our players, where else would you rather be than right here, right now? And, you know, coaching the game of football, which I love, the game of football really depends on three participants, on three elements, I should say. One, the participants, players and coaches. Two, the fans, because the game isn't what it is if there weren't great fans. And three, of course, the media. The media is so important, and they convey it to the fans. After I stopped coaching, by the way, I did some radio and television work, and I was a lot smarter on radio and television than I ever was on the sidelines. I realized that. But the fans are great, too. And I can remember I've met a few people who were from the Buffalo area where I coached. I can remember those fans in Buffalo, how great and how supportive they were. And I remember walking up the tunnel at Ralph Wilson Stadium after some of those games that we won, and they'd be flashing me that Winston Churchill V for victory sign. And even after we lost, with a slight roll of the wrist, they'd still give me half of a V for victory sign. But that's part of the game. And I'm honored to be here to share this weekend with you all. I'm honored to get to know President McInally and so many others here at my revered alma mater better. I'm happy to realize that the program is mind and body. It's so important. Yes, I revere the game. And as I mentioned to you, after I retired, I wrote a few books. One of them was a 250-page book of poetry. Yes, that's right, original poetry. And only about 2 or 3 of them are sports-oriented. But I will conclude my remarks today before making a very important introduction. I will conclude my remarks today, I hope, by reading for you what I feel about the game, how it should be approached, by reading one of the poems called Honor the Game. As we walk up the tunnel, we hear all the noise. Our hearts beat faster and we feel all the joys. In knowing that the game is about to begin, we're prepared, we're ready, we want to win. So do those fellas on that bench over there, against whom we'll compete. But let it be fair. Let's hope both teams give it effort to admire and play by the rules as we grunt and perspire. Let us all be aware that it is truly a game. May both winner and loser know no shame. May we play every moment with honest zeal, and for our opponent have respect that's real. When it's all over and the score is posted, let no one ever say that the winner is boasted. Celebrate or mourn for just a short while, then go back to work. Make that your style. Play hard, play clean, and play to win. But win or lose, dig right back in. Honor the game, and if that's what you choose, no matter the score, you'll never lose. So that's my feeling about the game of football. And before I step away from the podium and go get my ankles taped before the pep rally, it is my pleasure to introduce a young alumna that embodies the Kohawk experience. Kristy Staker is a 2008 graduate of Coe and competed in the same gymnasium that I did when I played on the basketball team here. A four-year letter winner in volleyball, Kristy was a three-time Iowa Conference All-Academic, very important, team member. In 2007, she was selected to the Iowa Conference first team. She competed one season in varsity softball and was named the Conference All-Academic team. And how important that is. Her athletic career was complemented by her successes in the classroom. And she was a member of many honorary societies, including the Mortar Board and Strata. Today, she is the Community Relations and Marketing Coordinator of Hy-Vee, and together with her husband Tyler and children, makes her home in Cedar Rapids. Will you please join me in welcoming Kristy Staker. Thank you.
Good evening. Doesn't really seem right that I'm following Mr. Levy, but I'll do my best. And thank you, Mr. Levy, for the introduction. It is truly an honor and a privilege to share the stage with one of Coe's most accomplished gentlemen. I know I speak on behalf of the entire Coe community when I say thank you, Mr. Levy, for all of your contributions to the college. I am also honored to have the opportunity this evening to offer my perspective about the Make Your Move for Coe campaign. My own journey to Coe began in the fall of 2004 when I came to Cedar Rapids from Toledo, Iowa. In many ways, I found Coe to be the same community that Mr. Levy did. The campus was encouraging and supportive and offered exciting and new adventures that challenged me both academically and athletically. I relish my time here as a Coe student, and I'm extremely grateful for the life opportunities it has provided for me today. Among alumni and its students, Coe is often described as a family affair, and I certainly agree with this notion. So explaining my extended family's ties to Coe might take me a little bit of time, so bear with me as I get through this long list. My husband, Tyler, is the offensive coordinator of the football team, and he happens to coach under the direction of his father, Steve Staker, who is my father-in-law. Steve and his wonderful wife, Linda, who I don't know how she has done it for all these years during football season, but I'm learning. They have 5 children, and all of them attended Coe College. The oldest, Cody, is a 1992 graduate, and he is the only one that somehow made it out of Coe without finding a Kohawk spouse. Dear Evelyn, she's not a Kohawk, but we love her. Son Lance graduated in 1993 and married Julie Kleiss, who of course today as Julie Staker is Associate Vice President and Dean of Admission, and also the reason for me meeting my husband. Third in line, Shane finished at Coe in 1997 and is married to Kelly Isabel Staker. And it gets even better. There's only one daughter in the family. She's often forgotten, and I will not forget her. The 4th child is my sister-in-law, Shannon Cook. She used to be Shannon Staker until she met a baseball coach. Yep, you guessed it. Now it's Shannon Cook, married to Steve Cook, the head baseball coach. So many Stakers and Cooks and Kohawks. My husband, Tyler, graduated in 2006, and he is the youngest of the family. We have 2 children, Avery and Cade, and although they're only 2 years old and 5 months old, there's no orange in their closet because orange really is just for pumpkins. It's hard to fully articulate how having this many family members tied to Coe causes our veins to bleed crimson and gold. We are deeply committed to the success of Coe, and we are fiercely proud of our school. We are also aware of how each day the faculty and staff of this college give their talents to the betterment of the students. Thus, we are very thankful to be a part of the Coe family. However, the Stakers are not the only family with deep ties to this community, but just one example of many. There are indeed families that are on their 4th generation of Kohawks, some of them who are represented here tonight, and that's incredible. When one looks at the longevity of a college like Coe, you recognize the many hands and hearts that are invested in Coe's mission of learning. This commitment to bettering the opportunities for future generations is at the core of the Make Your Move campaign. Much like families and the love they share, also standing this test of time are the two buildings that are at the center of this Make Your Move campaign, Hickok Hall and Eby Fieldhouse. I personally remember studying in Hickok and specifically learning how to write under the direction of the beloved Dr. Bob Mars. In fact, he taught me how to write and rewrite and write again and again and again the same paper. But I'd eventually get it right. 4 revisions minimum and many late nights later, Dr. Bob would eventually approve. I know with the proposed expansion and renovation, Hickok will remain one of the great places for learning and teaching on Coe's campus. Likewise, my memories in Eby run deep. So much of my character was shaped within this very grand building. From my teammates to the brutal jump roping days of Coach Deanne Wooden, her favorite form of punishment, or she would call it conditioning, I suppose. I will never forget the memories I've made in this very place. I've endured many 4-hour practices and sometimes wondered if we were really training for volleyball or if I had signed up for cross country. Coach D is here tonight, so I'll stop with that. D3 athletics are the best. I'm sure many of you here tonight can relate and have memories you've created in this building that you'll cherish forever as well. Improvements to this facility will be incredibly compelling for all future Kohawks. In a few moments, the sensational details of the Make Your Move project will be shared with Kohawk Nation. As I look onto this wonderful crowd this evening, I am moved by the tremendous energy that has again been created in this gymnasium. This will be a great project for Coe, and several of us have been looking forward to this event for many, many years. But tonight, thankfully, our wait is over. Tonight, it's happening, Coe. It is in this building that our rally cry of Bleed Crimson, Win Gold has its most undeniable impact. Through our efforts as alumni and friends of the college to support this renovation, the expansion, and great victories ahead in the classroom, on the athletic courts and fields, and in all of life endeavors await our Coe family for generations to come. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this tremendous evening. It is now my pleasure to introduce tonight's final speaker, Coe's President, Dr. Dave McInally. Under President McInally's leadership, Coe has continued to enjoy strong enrollment at record-breaking size. In addition, new spaces for learning have been created by the completion of the new Learning Commons, reestablishing the library as the academic heart of this campus. Finally, Dave has built on the already deep and rich connections between Coe and the Cedar Rapids community in the creative corridor to expand the learning of Coe students far beyond the traditional classroom. The Make Your Move project mirrors both of Dave's passions. First, the updating of one of our most storied academic buildings reflects his professional career dedicated to the academic growth of students in the classroom and community. In addition, Dave is a true fan of sports at every level. Originally from Ohio, a move to Cedar Rapids required him to be a bit further away from his beloved Cleveland Indians and the Cavaliers. But as many coaches and students can attest, President McInally quickly filled his void by becoming one of Coe's most avid fans, as he is a frequent attendee of any number of Kohawk athletic events. Would you please join me now in welcoming the 15th president of Coe College, Dr. Dave McInally.
Thank you, Kristy, and thank you and welcome to all of you on this momentous evening for Coe College. And a special thanks to this evening's speakers. Few small colleges have alumni who are well-respected, legendary figures in the national arena, but Coe has many of them, including Marv Levy, It was a privilege to have you here this evening. And by the way, our students may be interested to know that in the best tradition of the liberal arts, Marv graduated Phi Beta Kappa from Coe and went on to earn his master's degree in English literature at Harvard University. Along with being an outstanding football coach, and as a member of the NFL Hall of Fame, he's widely recognized as one of the best ever. He is an exceptional writer and obviously an accomplished speaker. Likewise, it was wonderful to have Kristy Staker join us on this stage this evening. As a co-student athlete, Kristy was a leader in the classroom and right here on the volleyball court in Eby Fieldhouse. Kristy, we know that you and members of your family are all Kohawks to the core. We are deeply appreciative of your steadfast love for and loyalty to Coe College. And finally, thanks to Coe Jr. Uzir Thapa, who composed the original music that accompanied the Make Your Move video that started us off this evening. So great job, Uzir. Now tonight represents a milestone for Coe. Our initiative is bold, and it paves the way for future success. Make Your Move will be the largest facilities campaign in Coe's history, a $23 million project, and it will result in vastly improved academic, recreational, wellness, and competition facilities for the college. The Make Your Move campaign affirms the fundamental value of close relationships between faculty and students, where students challenge themselves academically and learn under the personal guidance of a faculty member. It also acknowledges that in a time where abundant information is available to anyone with a computer or a smartphone, certain things can only be done in a real-life residential setting. This includes athletics and recreation, and their important lessons revolving around teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, all under the close mentorship of a coach. Alumni, students, faculty, staff, friends of Coe know of the need for this project. For decades, every Coe student has taken a class in Hickok Hall. Hickok is home to many academic departments, including English, foreign languages, gender studies, history, philosophy and religion, political science, the humanities in general, and it is the only academic building that is not ADA compliant, and it is the only major academic building that has not been renovated at Coe. Likewise, Eby Fieldhouse is in dire need of renovation and addition. It has served the college well since it was constructed in 1930, when 600 students attended Coe and women did not participate in intercollegiate athletics. But now, our athletic facilities are outdated. In fact, they not only lag our college competitors, but are also inferior to most modern high schools, which places Coe at a serious disadvantage when it comes to recruiting students. This applies not only to student athletes, but to all students in this generation where fitness, health, and active lifestyles are highly valued. More than 90% of Coe's 1,400 students participate in intramural sports. 40% of the college's prospective students are recruited through varsity athletics, and 450 students are on the rosters of our 21 intercollegiate sports teams. Prospective students often cite athletic and recreation opportunities as some of the most appealing features of a residential campus. Finally, as our students, athletes, and coaches know all too well, Eby Fieldhouse is stretched to the limit as the facility is heavily used from early morning through late evening. Now, it is important to affirm our needs, but I think they are obvious to most of you, so let's leave it at that. I am actually much more interested in our opportunities. For all of us here tonight, as well as all of us joining on the webcast, have an extraordinary opportunity indeed. We call it the Make Your Move campaign. Let's imagine the new Hickok Hall with a complete interior renovation to enhance teaching and learning. The addition will create much needed space for faculty offices and classrooms that incorporate the technology that is so critical to teaching and learning in the modern age. The new elevator will mean that the building is finally fully accessible for all students, faculty, staff, and guests. Even the new restrooms will be a major improvement. Yes, some regular campus visitors have told me that will be the most welcome change of all. Most importantly, with the Hickok renovation, we will have a facility to match the outstanding academic work and research that takes place in that building. Now, let's imagine the new Eby Fieldhouse and the entire athletic and recreation project in its totality. The key to this project is the way that it takes advantage of what we already have, including our historic spaces, and ties them together into a complex that will be the envy of most of our comparison colleges, but at a much lower cost than they have incurred. When completed, it will be an integrated athletic complex of more than 200,000 square feet that all Kohawks will be proud to call their own. This project actually began last summer with the completion of a new state-of-the-art track and other enhancements at Clark Field, including much-needed additional seating. How many small colleges can claim that their fan base is too large for the seats in their bleachers? It was a wonderful problem to have. And the outdoor improvements were just a small taste of what is to come. The new performance arena will be the finest in the conference and a source of pride for our athletic teams and fans. It will hold more than 2,000 spectators, and it will have a modern configuration where visitors enter through an upper-level concourse. The performance arena will be located to the north of this gymnasium and be connected to a new east-facing facade. The facade will wrap around the southern and eastern faces of the natatorium and join the new performance arena and court with a new fitness center and skywalk, so that from College Drive, the entire project will look like a cohesive whole, and it will align with the existing campus structure. This area of the complex will feature all new wrestling facilities. And even in the wrestling tradition-rich state of Iowa, Coe will be unique in foregrounding wrestling in this way. And it will give us the opportunity to be known as the foremost small college for wrestling. Eby Fieldhouse will also be completely renovated. This gymnasium will be expanded due to the relocation of the wrestling room, and it will be available as a multi-purpose court for practices, intramural competition, and recreation. New locker rooms, offices, classrooms, and other amenities will preserve the character of Eby while also transforming it into a highly functional facility. Intramural contests will no longer need to take place at midnight, as we will finally have a space dedicated to recreation without having to shortchange the practice time needed by varsity teams. Clark Racket Center will receive enhancements as well, including a new elevator and other improvements to integrate the facility with the entire athletic and recreation complex. Finally, and perhaps most exciting of all, the Skybridge Fitness Center will stretch over College Drive, connecting the Eby complex with Clark Racket Center, creating an impressive multi-purpose athletic facility. The relocation of the fitness center to the Skybridge will signal to the entire community that Coe values wellness. Drivers passing by under the Sky Bridge will be able to see Kohawks working out, while those using the fitness center will have a bird's eye view of campus. I heard some chuckles. Do you not want people to see you working out? The Sky Bridge will be a visually stunning and distinctive facility on the Coe campus. Now, these projects are designed to serve Coe students, but we imagine that they will provide great benefit to the Cedar Rapids community and creative corridor as well. The Kessler Lecture Hall in Hickok and the new performance arena will be the key venues for inviting the community to share our campus, and thus represent an important way for us to forge closer connections with the region, which is a strategic priority for this college. I know that these improvements have been long anticipated. Now, the time has come. Yes, they are really going to happen. Because construction on both Eby and Hickok is set to begin next spring. The new Hickok Hall will be completed by the fall of 2016. The athletic complex project is larger. It will be done in stages, and while some aspects will be ready sooner, everything will be completed and fully operational by the fall of 2017. And I agree, that is worthy of applause. Now, with this reality comes opportunity and even some additional responsibility for our campus community. It is now time for all of us at Coe to make our move. So let's imagine how the Make Your Move campaign will enable all of us, the Coe community, to move our college to greater prominence as one of America's great residential colleges. Let's make our move by turning Hickok Hall into a place where our hallmarks, top quality academics, close student-faculty relationships, can take place in modern, spacious, technology-enabled classrooms. It's been said that the ideal school is a teacher on one end of a log and a student on the other. We have great teachers. We have curious students. Let's give them a better log. Absolutely, I agree. Let's make our move by offering more public forums in Hickok Hall and make it a community center for conversations on the humanities, languages, culture in a building that is accessible to everyone. Let's make our move with an athletic complex filled day and night with students, faculty, staff who've created a culture of health and wellness, reinforcing the importance of nurturing a strong mind and body in the development of a whole person. And let's make our move by becoming true partners with the citizens of Cedar Rapids, by providing wellness and athletic programming and access to recreational space for hundreds of children and youth from our town, and especially from the neighborhoods surrounding our campus. Let's show them the kind of college experience that can be in their futures. Let's make our move by creating nationally recognized wellness programs. Wouldn't it be something if Coe became known as the healthiest college in the country? And let's make our move by hosting regional competitions and statewide championships for high schools and club teams. Let's make sure that top high school athletes have Coe on their radar. That's right. Let's make our move by becoming known for two bests. Coe has the highest academic quality and the most successful athletic program in the region and in our conference. Let's be the best at both. And let's make our move by leveraging these stunning, new, and renovated facilities to grow the college in enrollment, in quality, and in reputation, leading to a stable and prosperous Coe for decades to come. What I'm suggesting is this. While the facilities enhancements and additions are fantastic, the real value will be created by what we, as a campus community, choose to do with them. This isn't about who has the fanciest gym or the latest classroom gimmick. This is about serious teaching and learning in a supportive residential community. This is about preparing students who will make a positive, lasting, significant difference in the world. And I am pleased to report that many people share this dream. In fact, it means so much to them that they have already pledged their resources to make it a reality. Let me make special note of the fact that each of Coe's trustees has indicated his or her personal support for this project, and none of this would be possible without them. Please, sir, yes, they are certainly deserving of our applause. Please turn your attention to the screen behind me so that we can recognize the leading contributors to this project who have pledged gifts of at least $50,000. Our friends and supporters who have joined with us during the quiet phase, many of whom are Coe alumni, have all enthusiastically embraced this initiative. They and others have demonstrated their strong commitments, their loyalty and affinity to Coe with their early endorsement of this project. As one example, the new, stunning, first-class, nationally recognized wrestling room will be named in honor of another Coe legend, the late Baron Bremner. Let's hear it for Baron. Thank you. Thanks to a generous lead gift from John Strom, class of 1979, and his wife, Mary Pat Link, serving this college and selflessly acknowledging Baron and his service. Of special note is a $3 million challenge grant from the Hall Perrine Foundation. For decades, the Hall Perrine Foundation has been a stalwart supporter of Coe College. And now, by raising $6 million of additional funds for Make Your Move, the campaign for Eby and Hickok, the college can receive the entire $3 million award from the Hall Perrine Foundation. Yeah. Now, this challenge grant provides an excellent opportunity for Coe's supporters to leverage their gifts. This extraordinary generosity is made possible by the Hall Perrine Board of Directors and their president, Jack Evans. Coe class of 70, by the way. They believe in this project. In all, we are very, very pleased to announce that gifts and funding committed for the Make Your Move campaign now exceed $10 million. I need to join you in applauding these people. $10 million. And we are ecstatic over the contributions made so far, but we are not quite halfway there. You can still join us. you can still make your move. Whatever the level of your commitment, every dollar given from this point forward will be matched by support from the Hall Perrine Foundation. And all gifts, large and small, are important and appreciated. Past generations of Coe students, faculty, and staff have built this college. Brick by brick, class by class, experience by experience. They have done the heavy lifting to put Coe in the position where we are today, among the most respected small private liberal arts colleges in the nation. And as the current stewards of Coe, it is our turn. Indeed, it is our responsibility to renovate and expand these historic structures to take this college to the next level of excellence for the 21st century. To quote Coe's 11th president, Joe McCabe, who himself led the effort to transform this campus 50 years ago, it is truly a great day for Coe. Let me take that sentiment one step further. If we succeed at this, and with your help, I am certain that we will, then this is the first of many great days for Coe. The time has come. The long-awaited day is here. This is happening. We will remember this moment, this very hour, when we join together to make our move for Coe. And we invite all who love Coe College to join us in this effort. Thank you. Thank you.